ain't been the same. Things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask, can I?
Hey, could count on my power, hey, look at my dogs. It was way back then, could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich, then went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. Hey, how did you let it go?
Well, we've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up
with the Carolina Panthers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
So they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Brought down behind him.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
A quick throw by Kaepernick complete.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Steven Sims.
Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Hey, 91.
Working from the gun. It's Kaepernick. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
They'll run for it with Love.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run with Love. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Going quickly here to Thomas. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down.
That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, 91.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Steven Sims Jr., his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Jackson now to return.
Deshaun Jackson on the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss
at the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27.
Landon Collins.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Palardy now on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. So that one will be accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll hand it off. It's Love. And he'll get this one up to the 26. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
A 3-yard pickup.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd down.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
A 3-yard loss, 4th down now.
Here's the Pro Bowl punter Tress Way on to punt for Washington.
As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 6-0 our score after 1.
Washington 6, Panthers nothing.
Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10
at the 45.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
That's caught by Jackson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
And a Panther first down.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that, and when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control. From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. As a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about. But I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
On 2nd down, here's Kaepernick. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Yetur Gross-Matos, the rookie. That's why they drafted him, getting in there and making the play defensively.
Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with his 16th touchdown of the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
At their own 25.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch.
Through an opening, and there he goes.
Woo, yeah!
And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
And he'll find McLaurin this time as that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Catch is made, it's Harmon. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
23 yards, the final tally.
It's a gain.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
They'll take over.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now Kaepernick. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On third and long, it's Kaepernick. Forced out to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Deshaun Jackson.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This will be a 34-yard attempt, and his kick is indeed good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Jackson now to return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Jim McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
To Robbie Anderson.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Christian McCaffrey.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
41.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Jeremy Chin there defensively.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. Got an open man, it's Harmon. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. His throw incomplete. Christian McCaffrey, last year's catch leader among running backs, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
There on the coverage.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taking it about the 36. The 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They'll run again with Love on 1st down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
48 the mic. Hey, pick your game up.
Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
He was covered by Dante.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Here's Kaepernick. Looking long for Thomas. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 3 yards the game there, 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Ian Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Kaepernick. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this one is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
He was covered by Trey Boston.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Kaepernick now to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Again, it's Kaepernick. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A carry now for McKissick. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now Kaepernick. 20. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And Washington has retaken the lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a gain of 7.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
32-yard line.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Flush to his right. To the right side and complete to Thomas. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
3rd down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They needed a yard. They got it. 1st down. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. To throw is Bridgewater. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Jonathan Bostic able to get him for a loss of about 3.
3rd and 13.
So Bridgewater needing to work a little magic after that sack on a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
That's the reason we go for circle right up twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Carolina.
To number 12.
DJ Moore, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. But the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity. And that's caught inside the 30.
The greatest show on earth, baby.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 75 yards. And Washington has taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead.
27, Panthers.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Boy, a bad break. Just got the lead on the touchdown, and now they're going to have to go on defense at the 40-yard line here as things get good in the 4th quarter. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Robbie Anderson.
And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Bridgewater to throw. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. From the gun, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
4th and goal at the 3-yard line.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
53 from Mike. 53. Check 53. You don't want that, baby. You don't want that. Hey, you want to see me? You don't want that. Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
You ain't doing nothing, though. You ain't doing nothing.
Now Bridgewater. And no, it's incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And Washington is going to win the football game.
Turnover on down.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
At the 2-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check 48's the mark. Check 48's the mark. Let him know. Hey, look 48.
Here's Love again. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first.